on the road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Miami Heat are ready for this thing to get started. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. It's out on the road tomorrow as the Knicks wrap up this home stretch. This game's going to be a challenge for them. Facing one of the top-tier teams in the league, they'll have to be at their best to steal a win here.
I guarantee you what, guys, the adrenaline is already flowing on both sides. A rivalry matchup like this means a little more to the players than just any other game.
And not just the players, Greg. How about the fans, too? I mean, they get into this thing as well. We've got an electric atmosphere in here, just like it always is when these two teams square off. It should be a good one, and I'm glad to be right in the middle of it.
So here is Miami's starting group. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Dragic is out there with Freak, and it's Ariza in at the 3 slot.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against the Suns.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
Here's Roten. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Kurt Rambis.
We talked about Chris Bosh, and he talked about the skill set and what makes him so difficult to guard. He told me he's very slippery in the post. You think you have him contained, and he'll just wiggle around his guy for a layup. We can never act as if he has nowhere to go down low. He finds space and room all the time. Guys?
And thank you, Doris. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the night here. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Here's Rivera. It's rebounded by Porzingis. The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Roten kicks to Allen. Here's Anthony. With the second effort, Lopez, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Freak. He's got 5. Can't get it to go. Anthony against Bosh. Outside Anthony. Allen kicks to Lopez. No good. The Heat go the other way with it. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and causing a lot of turnovers, Greg, as you well know, means cashing in on those opportunities, which really can put a team in a bad way in a hurry.
Allen softly drops in the floater. Allen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Whiteside kicks to Freak. It's Ariza on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rivera. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Freak's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Here's Roten. The shot is off. Dragic with some nice D. Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. For New York, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Roten's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. The pass to Dragic. Feeds it to Whiteside. To the paint. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Rivera. And the 3 off target.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Stolen by Bosch. Freak dishes to Ariza. Bosch, a screen on Anthony. And a wide open look for Freak. Drills the three-pointer. Freak's got 11.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Porzingis passes to Anthony. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Bosch kicks to Freak. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now here's Roden. Defense right on him. There's the triple. Dives for it. Again, the miss by Anthony. And Miami shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. New York's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And it's Roten finishing it off.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swings, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
A different look for New York. Kyle. The Heat leading by 3, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And New York looking at who they've got. Tony Roten out there with the float. And it's Green. Then there's Sanders. And it's Porzingis in at the 4.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
To the middle. Afflalo, that's good. Afflalo's got his first bucket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Rockets had a huge game. He finished with 25 points, and the basket must have looked like an ocean to him as he nailed 3 after 3. This game might have acted as a coming-out party for him in the NBA. A truly dominating performance. Let's see, Kevin.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. His last 10 games, 13th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And nobody's able to guard him out there. I mean, defenders have been trying to get physical with him, but it doesn't bother him. He just shrugs it off.
A different look for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Johnson. Here's Roten. He had 13 points in the win against Phoenix.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
Lopez, he's checked in for Larry. Sanders. And Miami with a change here, too. Goran Dragic is checked in for Mario Chalmers. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Pass to Freak from deep three-point range. Green with the rebound.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
Here's Roten. There's the feed to Lopez. And stolen by Whiteside. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Afflalo. And the jam by Whiteside.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
Now here's Freak. Aaron Afflalo missing his last shot. Ariza outside. from downtown, and that one's good. And now it's an 8-point Heat lead.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will today.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from them.
Afflalo outside. Drills it from outside. Afflalo's got 5 points now this quarter.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
It does. They're playing with a little bit more bounce in their step and trying to close this gap.
And it's Freak missing.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Lopez, a screen on Dragic. Roten dishes to Lopez. Makes it off the glass. And now just a 3-point Heat lead.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
They're all about imposing your will offensively. Exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Tony Allen's checked in for New York. Miami leading by 3. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. The 3. They get the rebound, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
6 to shoot. Up top, Roten. He's guarded by Dragic. Miami's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Rivera, the pass to Bosch. The 17-footer goes down. Bosch has got his first 2 points of the night.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Allen outside. Tries it from 9. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And there's the feed to Freak. Oh!
How about that, Kevin?
What range on that shot.
Unbelievable.
That's amazing. Now here's Roten. He's guarded by Dragic. Ariza against Green. He dishes it to Roten. From deep. Miami grabs the miss.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Knicks trail by 10. The drive by Green. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Green's got his first bucket in this one.
29-37.
1:32 left now here in the second. Dragic kicks to Freak. Dragic with it. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Now here's Roten, covered by Rivera. Some nice passing by New York here. Green. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. Dragic with it, and Roten picks him up defensively. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for New York. Anthony comes in for Gerald Green. Mike Scott's checked in for the Heat. Richardson comes in for Freak. And that concludes the first half. Heat out front. They're up by 10. And time now to go.
No, Carmelo after the
Okay, guys.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you know, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
On the court for the Heat, the big men are Bosh and Whiteside. Freak is out there with Dragic, and it's Ariza in at the small forward position. Freak kicks to Bosh. Whiteside a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from the wing, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
They recover it. Lopez a screen on Ariza. Second chance shot. Good on the jump shot. And it's 7 points for Carmelo Anthony.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Outside Bosh. The dish to Freak. Good, and it's Bosh picking up the assist. Freak's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Heat. Knicks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Allen right side, and stolen by Freak. To the inside, Ariza dishes to Dragic. Soft touch off the glass. And now a 12-point Miami lead.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. Well, a break on the floor, so let's talk about the league's small forwards, shall we, for a second, and see which of them have led the league in free throw shooting this season. Carmelo Anthony, 4th.
And knowing what I do about the guys on that list, I can tell you they've put a lot of long hours in the gym to get those percentages to where they are.
Well, you can't get those numbers without the work, and they've posted impressive numbers, and all of them are naturally gifted shooters, but you have to add to natural ability the work required to bring it to fruition.
And stolen by Ariza. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Rivera. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Now here's Roden. He's covered by Bosh. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket for Roden.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
Knicks trail by 12. Pass to Porzingis. Dishes to Green. Inside. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got 5 points so far.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Ariza outside. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Bosh. Again, the Heat good for 2.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And here is Roten. 8 points for him. He kicks it to Lopez. Here's Porzingis. Count the bucket. He's got 7.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Dragic kicks to Freak, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
And guys, how about the awareness there with that finish in traffic?
Now here's Roten. Tight defense on him. Misses in close.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Knicks trail by 12. Passes it to Porzingis. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Porzingis has got 7 points for the quarter. Kicks to Freak. It's Ariza on the wing. Outside Dragic. Down low. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Dragic. That's 28 points for Freak.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And it's time for an injury report.
He told me that it doesn't look too serious.
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Sanders comes in for Porzingis. And it's a Flalo in for Gerald Green. And it's Dragic off the drive. And that one's good by Bosh.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
A minute 20 left in the third. Now Roten. He's got 8. Outside Anthony. O'Quinn in the post. Guarded by Stoudemire. Offensive rebound. Out to Anthony.
That's a wall.
Sanders passes to O'Quinn from past the arc. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from a Flalo.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
The pass to Stoudemire. Kicks it out to Johnson. He feeds it to Freak.
Oh,
wow.
Punches it down with pop.
And rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Roten dishes to O'Quinn. And Sanders throws it down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Here's Johnson. Anthony with the defensive effort. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Heat lead by 8. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Let's go.
Every diamond's a flake.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth.
I'm backing them down, standing tall like a soldier. These players can't hold us. It's the winner's race. Eating with
New group getting ready for Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Mike Scott. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Freak subbed in for Richardson. Anthony out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's a Flalo. That's Tony Allen. And it's Sanders in at the center position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Oh, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
A different look for New York. Robin Lopez is checked in for Sanders. Porzingis comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Tony Wroten in for Aaron Aflalo. And Miami also making a switch. Dragic is checked in. Here's Ariza. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Ariza. He has 8 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
But making it a 2-possession game was what was important on that trip to the line.
Poke loose. And Dragic with a clear path to the hoop. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Miami.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
Feeds it to Whiteside. Pass to Freak. Knicks with the rebound. Lopez has got 7 rebounds in the game. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Ariza. The drive by Anthony. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
Heat moving the ball around. Here's Rivera. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Knicks trail by 4. Allen kicks to Anthony. Shot on the wing. Misses off the left iron. He'd have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Again, the miss by the Heat. Here's Ariza. That's good. And the Heat lead by 6.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Patience. Patience. Taking early.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. Despite the deficit, he told his guys, I've got confidence in you. We've had our backs against the wall before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, can they retake the lead?
Wroten kicks to Anthony. And it's Dragic with the rebound. Miami leading by 6. The feed to Freak. A 3-ball. Shot no good. So New York will take it the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. So Anthony will go to the free throw line. It's going to be on Freak.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He has 23 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Now here's Freak, defended by Allen. Clock at 6. Rivera. It's rebounded by New York.
And it's still within reach.
But they have to be really close to perfect from here on out. I mean, they have to get their offense right on target, right on point immediately.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they save the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there. But they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Whiteside, the pass to Rivera. Yes!
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Dancers.
Wroten kicks to Allen. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting for New York.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And Allen drops them both.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
11 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
15 foul. At the line for the Knicks.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game. Six seconds left in the 4th quarter. From deep 3-point range, and the miss. And so it's Miami winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. Now
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our freak. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
A ton of his points were coming inside tonight. It really speaks to how aggressive he was in this game. If there was a path to the hoop, he was attacking. Love that kind of mindset in a backcourt or a wing player.
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.